Today, my friend Chris, who has been working with Real Social Dynamics from being a volunteer at Summit to joining our sales team to working in corporate videography, he is going to be doing an Ask Nick Kho show. Welcome to the show, and he's going to be giving his perspective of questions that he's interested in as a member of the staff of Real Social Dynamics.
All right, thank you for having me.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah. So yeah, man, Real Social Dynamics it's a company that there's no other company out there that I have more respect for than your company. I mean, you guys helped so many people, you know, with getting out of depression and, you know, probably like getting people out of the like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that because of, you know, so many things. So yeah, I'm very loyal to this company. But one thing I want to know, you know, about you is you're a very positive person in this, and you're like, you know, you're the alpha of everything basically, and you're able to get from one mode to another so fast. And I want to know, like, what mindset do you have that like what goes on through your mind when you have, you know, you have to get into that boss mode? Like, what do you just kind of like?
Well, I guess when I'm giving orders and I'm thinking about things that need to get done, first thing is in my mind is everything feels urgent to me.
Right.
So when I'm talking to people, everything kind of like speeds up. It feels like I just need to get stuff done fast, and so I feel like I need to delegate so many things to so many people because I am just a part of a team. You know, I'm just kind of putting everything together like an orchestra conductor. In terms of, you know, the mode or mood that I switch from being a personal, happy family man, chilling with my cats, to getting into business, it's an instant and easy trigger for me because I think about my personal family life and my business life all the time.
Okay.
And as a result, it's not that difficult for me to go from mode to mode. Maybe the seriousness and the tone of my voice changes, and as a result, I have to moderate that and focus on that a lot because I might be in business leadership mode and making things happen and giving directives to people and objectives, and then suddenly I'm hanging out with my wife and I'm still in that kind of tonality and voice, and I have to moderate that and be careful about that. Same thing also when I'm dealing with the business side of things. So a lot of people will feel like I'm talking to them like a member of my family, like a brother or what have you, as opposed to a boss. And as a result, that's also because I'm hanging out and thinking about my family so much. But I think that it's a kind of like a moderation, and I'm cool with that. I like treating my coworkers and team members as people who are part of my family. You know, give them a hug and make things happen.
Right.
At the same time, I know that we have to have certain directives and suspenses, so I have a lot more strict deadlines and goals. For me, it's always about redundancy, so my thought process is always making sure that if someone does something, there's a backup plan if he's unable to accomplish a task, especially if he's growing and learning. Like yourself, you know, you are part of a video team, and there's so many projects, an unlimited amount of projects actually.
Right.
So I mean, the more you could get done, the faster you could get them done, the more we could pile on to you. The same thing goes with pretty much everyone in the company. But at the same time, if you fail to get that done, I'm not going to be out of luck completely because I have a team of people. But if you get stuff done and you're able to do it reliably, we can put more on you. So it's all about pummeling as much as we can done, and the very specific, measurable, actionable, results-oriented tasks that we're providing you that'll get done at a certain time. And pretty much if that's not done and that's not clear, I usually have to remind people again and again and again to get things done.
Right, okay. So going off of your employees and everybody that's helping you and stuff, how do you detach your emotions from, say, mistakes or something being made in order to, because I know it's, like me, myself, I know if there's something that happens, I do tend to be like, you know, kind of want to get frustrated and stuff, but like, you know, I know you have to detach yourself from that in order to get shit done, right? So it's like, because I know you don't meditate, right? You're not to like put you down or anything like that, but you know, I know the whole RSD culture is, you know, we all tend to follow the meditation and whatever Tyler would say.
I've personally made so many mistakes, and I know what it takes to get things done, and I know that errors happen, so I can empathize with that. I think it's more about empathy than just like not caring. I know that there's times when you just stop caring because same kind of mistakes and issues happen again and again. You have to deal with them. But at the same time, I remember what it's like to do everything, and I detach from the outcome because I know that no matter what happens, the team overall is leading towards an overall path of success. But yeah, in terms of like spirituality, I want to have a positive outlook more than negative. I'm not necessarily as spiritual as people who like meditate and are following religion. I'm not into any of that. But I've studied it. I understand the principles of self-improvement. I understand a lot of the principles that are taught in religion. I've studied a lot of this stuff, and I think that it's been healthy for me to do that. I did a video recently with a whole spiritual team of people who are so spiritual they even live with this guru named Guruji. They live in this compound of other spiritual people, and they're all business superstars and rock stars. So I could respect that practice. You know, at the same time, I'm not the person who goes to church, and I'm not the person who meditates. But I believe in the sound practices and principles of being principle-centered and focusing on your team.
Okay, cool. So you look at the entire picture rather than just focused on this little problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, I look at everything as a whole, and I also know that there's an overall situation where everyone needs to learn. So we have a report that's called the GSAR, the Goal Setting Activity Report, where you track and measure everyone. So it's kind of set by a combination of your team members, yourself, and the team manager, where you have a minimum thing that you need to have accomplished, like a minimum amount of things that we expect you to get done every day or every week. And it's measured every week. So if you say you're going to accomplish, say, like, 2 videos a day, then we'd expect 14 videos by the following week. If you say my goal is to do 3 a day, then it'd be 21. And if your stretch goal is 4, then that's a high five worthy, So basically the minimum, though, is basically the difference between them is the minimum is what you got to accomplish before you think that you deserve to fire yourself. And if it's too much, then you lower the minimum the following week. But if you keep missing the minimum, like again and again and again and again, then, and your minimum is going down, 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 and it's relative to everyone else so low, then you basically are terminating yourself. The goal is basically, not just a minimum, but what you think is a healthy number of tasks that you think you should accomplish in that week. And you have that stretch goal, which is what you believe is something that you put above and beyond an extraordinary amount of work, and you accomplish that. And if it's too easy to hit week after week, you should also adjust it a little bit higher. But that's how we manage things. It's not rocket science, but most people don't think like this. It's part-time management and also project management.
Cool. I have a question that I got asked from one of my main bunnies back home. Shout out to Arlene. She wants to know if you would do anything different, with your knowledge you have now, with your company and everything. Would you do anything different?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes in terms of how I manage people, manage team members, in terms of setting goals and establishing expectations. So if I was going to do things again, I would be treating people very differently, organizing people's skill sets differently. I mean, if it's too easy to look back and make corrections, because if I look at certain people's skill sets, I've moved people from team to team to team, from like, finance to HR to IT to sales and marketing, and I've figured out who is best in what team, and so that's how I'd resort things. In terms of even how I've interacted with vendors or outside business ventures that have kind of helped us and supported us or mentored us, how I've interacted with these kind of key people, I would have communicated or interacted with them differently. I would say that most of what I'm focusing on in terms of mistakes I would correct, though, is communication issues. A lot of it is about clarity of expectations and also controlling, my own emotions and dealing with these people, because a lot of the high profile, high stress, very important situations that we put ourselves in, yeah, I mean, I'll get angry, I'll be happy most of the time, but then I'll elevate my voice and I might not say the right thing, so I have to be very careful about that. And you got to do that, especially in the most difficult situations. And that's something that's built up over time. It's like being war tested and improving those skills.
Okay, yeah. Sweet. So speaking of stress, I know you're a big gamer, right? Do you, would you say you use video games as a form of meditation?
You know, I think that petting my cat, playing video games, having wine, or hanging out with my wives, you know, I mean, wife, single, you know, but I think that all those things are great ways to relax. Any kind of recreation is important. I think that people that just work and that's all they do, I think that if they have some kind of recreation, they're not expanding their mind. I mean, even travel for fun kind of elevates yourself because you're able to explore new cultures. And those kind of things allow you to relate to humanity a lot more and understand things a lot better. Allows you to develop a better story. It also makes it more relatable for marketing or other things.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Connecting back with humanity.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going? So my buddy Brent, you know, making a video for YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Look what the sandstorm did to my car.
Yeah, my car got demolished also. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
All right, I'm late for a meeting. I'll see you
All
guys.
right, cheers, bro. Hey, we're gonna go get Jinya for dinner if you wanted to join.
Okay.
You know, probably gonna bring it over to the house in like a couple hours or something like that.
Give me a chop.
Yeah, you wanna come over?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome, man. Cheers.
Cha cha cha. It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
All right.
Cool. So let's see, video games.
I think also it's important because when you relax through communicating, whether it's playing extracurriculars like video games or whatever, you're able to develop your soul circle. And your soul circle will be useful not just in your social life, but your business life. For example, we just ran into my friend Brent there.
Right.
You know, he's our neighbor and he's just more of a friend, but he's introduced us to powerful business contacts that have been useful for my YouTube channel and other things like that.
Right. He's a cool guy too. Yeah. He knows Krav Maga. It's pretty cool. I learned that just random anyway. Would you ever consider having like an RSD nightclub?
I have. Well, I thought about it. Okay. We signed a lease to take over a bar that was a 3,000 square foot bar in Las Vegas, a walk away from the Wynn Hotel. And we were going to have it open to the public and have events there for Vegas immersion. And then right before we wrote the check, wrote the check. Right before I mailed the check to actually have us move in and then get the key, I was talking to the Vegas immersion management team and we decided that we were gonna pull out of the deal, instead focus on building a convention center in the back of a different hotel as opposed to a nightclub for our community building. And then we moved into a strip club. And as a result, we had a bar where people could hang out with managed for us externally. But I mean, I thought about it and you know, I've wanted to do it, but I decided not to because we had other projects. I mean, I even thought about opening a wine and cheese shop with my wife in downtown Vegas in our artistic district. Nice. I mean, my friend Tony's trying to build up downtown Vegas area and I thought that'd be a cool way to contribute and also be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds like you have multiple like just ideas that you want to expand. I'm sure you have other side projects that other than RSD that you know, bring in some revenue.
Well, not exactly. I mean, RSD is the way I make my money. That's 100% the way I make my money. But I mean, I do have side projects that may make money for RSD, like we're working on a musical, but I mean, I still consider that part of RSD. I do own real estate, and that basically, you know, appreciates in value, but it's not necessarily earning money. It's something that I own as opposed to something that I'm actually doing.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, I have a whole bunch of questions that I would like to ask you, but I think this will take like maybe all day. And it's
another time.
Yeah, and maybe another time. It's kind of chilly out in Vegas right now, but yeah, man, I appreciate you having me
Thanks,
here.
bro.
Thank you, man.
Cheers. So we're gonna go into our house over here, which is where we do the music and video production for our musical that we're working on for Broadway. And thanks for watching, and I hope you have some comments below to share. Cheers.